Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
And we welcome to our program this morning the CEO of the Kapiti Retirement Trust, Wendy Huston. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, Nigel.
Nice to hear a bright voice. I didn't think you'd be quite so bright with all the stress that it's put on you folks. You've got to try and run these retirement villages and rest homes, etc., because it's a big strain for you, isn't it?
It is, and everyone's in it, though. We're all dealing with this in our own way, and, this is it. There's no point in actually getting down about it. It is what it is, and aren't we lucky that, unlike the majority of the world, we've actually got a chance to slow this insidious thing down and do something about it.
Right, and how are your clients reacting to the rules and regulations that no doubt you've had to put in place?
Well, it's been a huge upheaval, and I still can't believe that this time last week we were planning it, and this time, now, goodness knows what next week will be. And today, this is how we're dealing with it. So, in terms of our hospital here at Seven Oaks, the lodge, we're in complete lockdown, of course, and the only people coming in are the staff who are doing such a magnificent job looking at the residents, and the carers who are coming in to people out in the village. And I've got a croaky voice from all the talking I've got, but that's all it is. It's just a croaky voice, so I'll take a sip of something.
Yes. So you don't have visitors there, Wendy, at all?
No, we are looking at ways in which we can connect families, because it's such a hard time for them, and it's been so hard closing off the facility to families. But we're looking at their FaceTime, so they're using that. They're using Skype to actually connect and talk to people who are in care. And that's where technology is playing a really important role. But out in the village, of course, they are. I take a drive through our different sites a couple of times a day. Yesterday I went through Midlands Gardens in the middle of the day, and it was actually, I've never experienced wars or anything else, but because it was such a lovely day, everyone was out having exercise, keeping their social distance.
Yes.
And I came across one group as I drove through one street where they'd actually got their deck chairs out, were sitting out in the sun, and actually having happy hour in the middle of the day, which I thought was incredibly sensible.
Yes, we're getting around these problems, aren't we? And we're certainly finding out things we hadn't thought about. We just took it for granted. We could do these things, and now we're having to think outside that square.
And it's also lovely to see communities connecting and going through the village, just as I do, driving home. The teddy bears in the windows, or something to make people smile in the windows. I think that's such a positive thing for people to do within their communities. And if you haven't got a teddy bear, well, you can find something else. And we've said just anything that when someone walks past or drives past, it'll bring a smile to their face.
Okay.
Has got to be good.
Now,
the other thing I really wanted to talk about, though, I thought was really valuable, was an article I came across online last night, and that's the service being offered by Kapiti New World to older people. Are you aware of that, Nigel?
Yes, I am, and it's very well used too by the looks of it.
It's just fantastic that they're putting together this $50 basics pack.
Yes.
And that includes delivery, which is something that a lot of older people are worried about, that they'll get stuff delivered and get stung with a big bill for it. So that they're doing this every Tuesday and Thursday between Raumati and Waikanae. And it's put all the basics in there, and they'll also take cheques, apart from Kiwi Bank, who of course aren't doing cheques anymore, if people don't have access to internet banking. And I think what a positive thing to do.
It is indeed. So it's just a matter of getting the order in. So if you haven't got a computer, do they phone up? Do they, Wendy? I didn't look at that part of it.
They can just ring their number on 298-0011, extension 710.
Yes.
And place their order.
Well, simple as that.
It's just such a positive thing to do, and I really take my hat off to Ellie and Clayton for actually putting that together.
Yes. So could a person ring up and ask for individual items outside the $50 pack?
No. No, it's that because they're obviously under a lot of time pressure and to do this.
Yes.
But my understanding is that it's the basics. So there's milk, there's bread, there's about $10 worth of fruit and veg, and then there's other essentials that they've got, plus a couple of little treats. So if you go online and Google it and look it up, you'll see that the basic picture is the things that you would actually have. So there's some biscuits in there, they've got some sausages this week, they've got eggs, cup of soup, tea bags. You know, it's enough to, it might not be exciting, but it'll get you through.
I guarantee they'll put an Easter egg in next week, Wendy.
I'm sure they'll do whatever they can do to make it attractive and,
yes,
appealing to people.
Sure. Just one final, on a serious note, if a family's got a terminally ill person in your facilities, are they allowed to go and see them, I should imagine?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
So as long as they are in their own bubble,
right.
And so it's about keeping people in the facility and also the person visiting safe. So if they come in, it's got to be on the clear understanding, and we talk that through with them, that they are not compromising anyone here. So they have their own bubble, they're the only person in the bubble, and then they can come into a family member who is terminal.
Right. Wendy, we thank you very much. We'll just keep in touch with you to see how things are going. It might be 4 weeks, it might be 5, it might be 3, who knows? We'll just have to keep in touch though.
And I think it's about just being sensible about this, doing things that don't put others at risk, keeping kind to each other. I love that word. I think it's very underrated. But you're also doing a great job, Nigel. I think it's really important that people have these avenues where they can talk and feel connected still to their community.
Yes, I've noticed when I've been out for my walk around my locality, everybody's in a sort of a cheerful mood. They all say hello, wave, or even if you're on the opposite side of the footpath, our road, they still wave. So that's done something for us, I think, in some ways.
It has. I think it's because we've slowed down a bit. We've actually got time to look around and actually notice other people and realise just this connection is so important. All the other stuff that gets in the way, yes, you realise is just that, it's stuff, and it is the people and the connections that...
Wendy, we thank you very much for your time. I might give you a ring next week just to see everything's in order still.
Lovely, Nigel. Thanks for your time. I mean, this is about slowing this damn thing down. It's uncertain times, and I think it is important that we acknowledge that people are going to still get ill, and we also need to keep them in mind and be mindful about them too.
Thank you. Wendy Huston, CEO of the Kapiti Retirement Trust here on Beach FM.
106.3 Beach FM.